Hello and welcome everyone to Copy and Paste, the clean and family-friendly Reddit reading podcast. This is the 8th episode of r/EntitledParents, where the parents think they're always right. And don't forget, if you like this podcast, then it would be greatly appreciated if you like and subscribe. Thank you for joining me. Okay, let's get started. And the first post by user/Gaudetst. I have no idea how to pronounce it, so it's in the description. So today, I, 29-year-old female, am 13 years in remission from cancer. I had a very aggressive type, with less than 20% chance of survival for the first 5 years. Chance of the specific type coming back after 5 years was reduced to 0%. But that's not the story I'm here to share. It's just relevant information. As I was 16, I qualified for Make-A-Wish. I played around with a bunch of potential ideas, destination vacations, meeting my favorite band, yelling electronics. Once the idea of traveling somewhere warm came up, my mom, entitled parent, was convinced that that was what was happening with my wish. The discussion of Barbados came up, so that's what she set her mind to. However, I was still on the fence, and after discussing it with my correspondent on Make-A-Wish, I wanted to meet my favorite band. We would not have been able to go to the Caribbean for the trip, simply because of the costs, but we could still have gone somewhere warm in our other country. We lived in northern Canada, negative 40 degrees Celsius weathers. There was talks of Florida, California, or even Hawaii as a destination to meet them at. I wrote a letter directed to said band, explaining how listening to them helped me through treatment, and one song in particular that the youngest wrote. And my correspondent had mailed it out to the managers, and they were going to begin preparations for the band to get time scheduled for the wish. When I told my mom that I wanted and the plan to meet the band, she went nuts. She went off about how she deserved this trip as much as I do because she was there for me the entire time, and that I wanted to do anything besides going to the Barbados. I could find another adult to supervise the trip because neither her or my stepdad would not be joining me, since it wasn't what she wanted. She then told me to pack my bags, and I'd be staying at my dad's place until I came to my senses, and told Make-A-Wish that we were going to Barbados. I spent over a month at my dad's, and the correspondent trying to convince me to go through with what I really wanted several times during this period, before I caved and let my mom have what she wanted. Now my parents did make a compromise with me at the time, and told me they'd drive me to their concert in Toronto if I had paid for the entire trip. Foolish 17-year-old me thought this was a great idea. I get to see the band in concert. I make my parents happy in the end. It cost a lot. My parents complained the whole time, but at least I'd see them in concert. On the occasional time of the conversation of the trip to Barbados comes up, my mom likes to paint herself as the victim after all these years. Could you imagine if you'd gone through with it and we'd missed out on going to Barbados? You would never have gone with Person's mom instead of left us, her and her stepdad, behind. I would have never forgiven you if you'd done that. To this day, I am still a huge fan of the band. They were on a hiatus for a while, but came back, and the whole situation really sticks in my mind, especially when I see them performing on shows, and on their 2 tours they've done post-hiatus. Yes, I saw them in concert and it was a great time, but I could have physically met them and gone to a concert through Make-A-Wish, while traveling to another country, without having to pay out of pocket for the experience. All because my mom felt entitled to making my wish about her, rather than the actual recipient of it. I understand that she didn't care to meet the band herself, but there could have been many opportunities available aside from just doing that. I nearly died. It shouldn't have been a question of doing whatever I wanted for my wish, especially with the extremely high chance of the cancer coming back. Oh my god. That is one entitled parent. And the first post by user/MayaWood91. I was in university when I bought a longboard to get around campus. A lot of the students were doing it, and I thought it would be easy. Well, after a few falls, I changed my mind and switched to a bike. I figured that if I wasn't going to be using it, I might as well sell it to someone who would. I posted it on Facebook Marketplace at a good price and had a few people interested right away. The first person to contact me was happy to meet my price and available to meet right away. I updated the listing to pending offer and drove out to meet the buyer. She liked the board and purchased it with no bargaining. When I got home, I had a message from a high school girl asking if it was still available. Me, sorry, no, someone just bought it. Her, no, you have to go get it back. I love this longboard. It's perfect for me. Sorry, it's sold. I'm no longer the owner. I don't have it. Ask for it back. Tell the buyer that you changed your mind. Offer $20 for the trouble, and I'll up the price. I want to end the argument, so I said I'd follow up with the new owner and ask them if they would be interested in selling it to the high schooler a little more. I contacted the buyer to let her know that someone was inquiring about the longboard and was willing to pay a little more. I asked her if she'd like the contact details in case she wanted to make an easy $20. The new owner thought about it and said no, she wasn't interested. Fair enough. So I contacted the high school girl to let her know that I checked with the new owner and they were not interested in selling. This is your fault. I feel like you've just kicked me in the gut. You're a terrible person. I wasn't in the mood for further chatting and blocked her email. Fast forward 1 week and I had an email from the high school girl's mother, entitled Mother, my daughter tells me that you promised to sell her a longboard but changed your mind and sold it to someone else. That's unacceptable! Me? Nope. Your daughter asked me if I could sell her a longboard after I'd already sold it to someone else. The posting noted that it was pending pickup when your daughter reached out to me. Sorry for the confusion. Tell Mother, no. You will get my daughter that longboard. You're gonna compensate her for the pain and suffering you've caused. You'll be giving the longboard to my daughter for free. Me, look lady, I don't own the longboard anymore. Someone else bought it. And tell her Mother, then go get it. I know the dean of your university. If you don't deliver the longboard to me by the end of today, I'll get you expelled. Do you really want to lose your chance at having a good job over a longboard? You'll do the right thing or else. I stopped responding because that was absolutely ridiculous. I didn't block the email though, and the next evening, I had another treat. Entitled Mother, I went to complain to the dean. Your time at the university is limited. While I was there, my daughter saw someone riding her longboard today. How dare you sell it? You'll be sending us $500 for a brand new one. After all, you won't be needing your money for tuition next semester. My address is censored. You better deliver that money or else. What's your phone number? Text me at hashtag when you're coming. Well, that night, I went for a little ride and drove by their home. I took a photo of the 2015 BMW 228i convertible in their driveway and posted it on Craigslist for $500. I asked that interested buyers text entitled Mother's number and promptly blocked her email. My friend texted a few days later to ask about the car. Apparently, entitled Mother is responding to everyone thinking that it's me and demanding that they come with the $500 and a new longboard for her little angel, but that she's not selling the car. The dean never called me to his office. I graduated without issue. First of all, I suck at different voices. Don't pin that on me. Second of all, unfortunately, that was it for today. If you enjoyed this podcast, I'd greatly appreciate if you like and subscribe. And I don't remember what's next, so I'll just say goodbye.